All right, here in this class, this short demo, we're going to practice Viparita Dandasana. We'll do that in the chair with support. So you can have one chair. If you have two chairs, bring two chairs. Have a couple blocks if you don't have chairs. And have a strap, have a bolster, and two blankets, okay? So the way that we'll start out is with the strap in hand, take the chair, and I have a sticky mat on the chair. On top of that, I have one blanket. Okay? You can bring the blocks to the wall. So this is good for your shoulders, your neck, to get that openness, to get the length through the back, but also the length through the front body. So you measure your distance approximately. Your hips are going to go here. Your head will be coming off. Your shoulders will go here. So if you have any kind of neck tension, you can have a bolster here. And you can build it up. So you can have one blanket, two blankets. I can fold this blanket. So it depends when I go down how much I need. The head will go here. Now I can also use a chair, another chair at the wall, if I want to bring the legs straight out. So if you're having any kind of difficulty in the pelvis, lower back issues, then you may also bring the feet onto the chair. So I'll show you that version, and won't really need the strap at this point. We won't use it for this one. So you'll come into the chair, both feet through the back end, and then you'll move your hips in. And I want to straighten my legs. So I can already tell I need to move the chair forward a little bit. So I'm putting the flesh of the buttocks, just the lower buttocks, or the upper buttocks down onto the chair. Bend my knees, bring the feet onto the chair. And from here, I just want to adjust, make sure that the shoulder blades are moving down, the shoulder blades are off the chair, and I can take my hands on the front of the chair and press and open the chest more. And with that, I start to slide down slightly. As I do that, shoulder blades are moving down. Okay, so I've folded that blanket in case I needed that extra, which I don't. So I'm going to take and straighten the legs out. Keep the thighs moving down. So the thighs, with that downward action and with that extension through the heels, I'm able to open through the pelvis. The lower back is supported. I have an extra blanket here. And then you can take the arms over. So I'm on the back of the head. You can also have an extra blanket here. If I didn't need that blanket there, or I had an extra blanket already prepared, I could roll it and bring it behind the neck. Okay, it's not going to be high enough, so I'm just going to bring it onto the crown of the head. Shoulders are lifting up. Press the hands into that bar, and then bring the arms over and cross the arms. Okay, so here you can just rest. The head is supported. Shoulders are lifting up and away. The body's lengthening. The eyes are descending. Okay, so here, heads is supported, and this blanket is just one flat blanket, so it's nothing extra under the dorsal or under the tailbone. Now we're going to come up, and I'm going to build it up a little bit so that there's more support under the dorsal to get more lift of the chest. So I'll come out, bend the knees, take the feet back onto the floor, and hold onto that rail. When I hold onto the rail, I'm going to lift my head and shoulders up and come up. Sit back on the chair. Okay, now if you had any tension in your lower back, there's another way we can fold this blanket, which is to do a trifold. So I'm opening the blanket up, folding it a third back and a third back. Okay? So now a little bit is over this direction, over the front of the chair, and over the back of the chair. If that wasn't enough support for your head, you can have an additional bolster there. So take what you need. If you didn't have an additional bolster, you could also build it up with a block to make it a little bit higher. So depending on your body, depending on the height of the chair, you can adjust accordingly. But here, this will be raised along the whole spinal column so that you can feel the length there. I'm bringing the legs back in, move the hips down. Again, bring the feet onto the chair. Now you don't need to use the chair. You can have the feet on blocks or you can have the feet on the floor. It depends on your body and what kind of condition you feel like you're in. Do you need to have more support for the lower back at the moment? Do you need to have a little bit more rest? Are you a new practitioner? Then maybe you'll have the higher support. If you don't need that, then take your legs down. Now I'm bringing the arms over the head and fold the arms again. So here I can feel a little bit more support, the dorsal spine and the lower back. You can stay there, be in that. And then after you're there for a few minutes, you can extend the arms again and change the crest on the arms. Press the arms down, move the front ribs back toward the back ribs, descend the thighs. And here I can feel the feet at the wall, so I'm extending the heels and the ball of the foot as I descend the thighs and just allowing the chest to lift. And with the head totally supported, the arms supported on that bolster, I can let go, lengthen the neck, relax the shoulders, and stay there as long as you'd like. So I'll come up now, bring my hands back onto the chair, bend the knees again, take the feet onto the floor, slide out a little bit so that you can make sure that you have the feet to use to help yourself to come up, and then pull the hands on that bar. Inhale, lift up. Okay? So that's second version. One was just the folded blanket. This was a tri-fold blanket. So now this, you're going to fold the blanket again, and you'll have one more blanket, which you can fold, actually roll a little bit at the front end of your chair. Okay, I have a little bit extra here. That will be nice for the neck. So building up however you need to. This will give me more lift in this dorsal spine. Okay, I'm going to come back into the chair with this roll for the dorsal spine. Come back out with the hips, and then lay over this rolled edge. Bring my feet up to the wall, and then you can extend the heels. Again, you can have these blocks lower. You can have the heels on the floor as well. Here, this time, I'm going to take the arms under the chair, which is a little bit more difficult because of that roll. It's lifted there. So I'm going to now bring the arms over the head again, which feels really nice. You can extend the arms, have that support you need. And I can feel that support right under the upper chest, which gives me a little bit more lift. And it also gives me more length in the abdominal region, from the pubic bone up. You want to still make sure you're descending the backs of the hips, from the top of the buttocks down. Extend your legs. You can have the feet on the floor as well. So just observe what you feel in your body. With the feet on the floor, it feels really nice. I feel like I can really lengthen the lower back here, and I'm coming a little bit further on my head. So you have to just get into these different poses with these different props, see how you feel, and then adjust. Okay, I'm coming out. I'm going to show you one more. which will be the blanket underneath the sacrum. So here, I'm going to bring the blanket more to the back edge of the chair. So now my pelvis will be more lifted. And I'm going to keep my knees bent, my feet on the floor. So as I come into that chair, I have to lift up, hips on that rolled blanket. Actually, because I'm higher, I'm going to bring my feet up onto the blocks. You could also use the chair there. Press the thighs down, release the head, bring your arms over. So here now I can feel more openness coming through the pelvis, through the lower pelvis, which feels really nice. So they all feel a little bit different. They all do a little bit different things. So you can play around with the different positions of the blanket, different positions of your legs and your arms. Make sure once you're there, you can change the cross on the arms. If you want it to be a little bit more active pose, then just extend the arms, lengthen, palms facing one another, extend the fingers, and extend the heels into the wall. As you extend the heels, keep the thighs moving down. And just be there and breathe. Notice the difference. When you're ready to come out, again, bring your feet onto the floor. I'm a little high. This chair is, because I'm lifted here, the hips are higher. Feet don't go on the floor. I'm on the toes. So I'm going to bring one foot back and one foot forward. Use that press of the foot to help me lift up. And then sit. And then after you've done this pose for a little while, you can just do a gentle twist in the chair, Bharadvajasana. So we've moved the blanket vertical along the spine. We've moved the blanket to the dorsal spine with more of a lift in the upper chest. And then finally, we brought the support there under the pelvis. So depending on how your back is feeling, if you've been sitting a lot and your lower back is sore, your neck is sore, your shoulders are sore, wherever you feel that you need to get a little bit more support and length, this will help you to lengthen and release those muscles. Okay? Happy practicing. Namaste.